kind of student. Guys probably won't date me if I don't have sex with them.
Okay. Quick question. If it would take sex to save the relationship, would it work? No. Your students will answer for you. They will also tell you everyone else is doing it. Or, and that is where I pick up on and give them the statistic that no, we know statistically that a majority of teens are choosing to wait until they're married. I don't use the term abstinent. I say a majority of teens are choosing to wait. Just because they don't like the term. Yes?
There's a great line on the video in the 8th grade program information from Tiffany, and it's actually a guy responding about how you can tell if a guy cares about you. And he says he'll either lead you to the bedroom or keep you from the bedroom. And this is a guy saying it. And the girls are like,
oh, that is good. That is good. Now, as we're looking at the reasons why people choose to be sexually active, if the kids don't bring it up, I bring up alcohol. That one of the huge factors is, and they usually will on their own, one of the huge reasons why teens have sex is because alcohol was involved. And now they're not necessarily making the judgments themselves, but the alcohol is making the judgment for them. That we know from statistics that of teens who are currently sexually active, 75% of them were drunk or high the first time. So they're losing their virginity drunk or high. I can't get this started.
You want me to work?
I was buying time. Now, actually one of the real purposes, try a different role, of sex in marriage is to create this intimate bond. They share something together that they share with nobody else. And this bond is part of what keeps them together in the good times and the bad times. So what we're going to do is a quick example to discuss bonding. And tape is a bonding material, correct? It's going to hold two things together, so we're going to use tape as an example. And I need a male volunteer to come over and help me out with this. A very brave male volunteer. Thank you, Jason. Okay. Now, Jason, what we're going to do is we're going to pretend you're a 16-year-old guy in high school. This is your girlfriend. She is kind of she's kind of transparent with her emotions, and check out her curves. He's got this girlfriend. Could you push your sleeve up for me there, Jason? Now, if you and your push up just a little higher with this, we just need one. There we go. Great. Now, if you and your girlfriend chose to become sexually active, you guys would have a nice, tight relationship. Yeah, you guys are tight. You're bonded. Now, she's kind of clingy. That happens to some girls, doesn't it? Okay, so he's got this girlfriend. Do we want to guess what the average marrying age is? Come on, what do we think?
25.
Average marrying age. 30. 25 for girls, you're exactly right. Guys?
27.
So, you guys are 16. Do you think you're going to marry this girl? The average marrying age is 27. What do you think?
Yes.
They're staying together forever. Now, the reality is probably not, huh? So you're going to have to break up with her. I don't care if you do it slow or fast. And breaking up can be painful. It hurts him as much as it hurts her.
Oh, he's got snow and tape to deal with.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, this is for your pain and suffering.
Yay,
Now, is she the same as she was before she went into this relationship?
She's glad to him check on her.
Yeah, she's forever changed. He the same? If you check out his arm, I can guarantee he's missing some, he's missing some skin, some hair, some DNA. The reality is they're both forever changed. And that's one of the truths we can learn, is that honestly, when there is a sexual relationship, there is a bond that is created. And when that bond breaks, it hurts. And when that bond happens, both kind of lose a part of themselves that is not regained. Here's the other reality. Is she likely to move on to another relationship? Is she going to stick like she did the first time?
No.
Each time she's going to bond less, isn't she? Because the reality is, it did hurt. So we're going to set up a natural barrier. I don't want to feel that again. So I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to just shut it off and pretend this is casual. So we teach ourselves not to bond. We're conditioned creatures. We start to teach ourselves, not going to bond. Now what's going to happen when she enters a marriage? Isn't that same tape going to play? Boy, this is casual, I'm not going to get attached, I'm not going to bond. We have trouble bonding because of using it casually. My husband has a line, his wood shop, and as he taught my son to use the woodworking equipment, he needs to be very, very careful to not use equipment other than its intended use, especially when I saw my son outside the yard digging with a chisel. And he said to him, one of two things will happen. You will break the tool or you will get hurt. That is true here. If it's intended for bonding and we use it casually, one of two things get happen, or both. We get hurt, or it fails to have that purpose that it was intended to have later in life. Now I'm going to take 2 pieces of virgin tape, and let's let these represent a couple. This is Joe and Judy, and they met in college, and they just really are very attracted to one another. Now, is this a true statement? You are attracted to someone that is like yourself, or someone who has like goals, and like values, and like character. That's a true statement, isn't it? Now, opposites might attract in temperament, but in reality, aren't we attracted to someone with some similar values and character? Best advice I could give you, if you know the type of person you want to marry someday, you want to marry someone honest and respectful, and someone who has, great character, become that person. Become trustworthy, respectful, honest, and you will attract someone like yourself. You are your very best bait. So become like the person you want to marry someday. So we got Joe and Judy. They met, they're very much alike. They've been on the same social work clubs and stuff. They have very similar values and goals, and they've decided to get married. So we're going to put Joe and Judy together in this wonderful bond in marriage that they have discovered. Now, is this a nice tight bond? Is that an easy bond to break? Now, will their relationship have troubles?
Sure.
Yeah, let's all be honest. If you're alive, you have problems. It's a sign of life. So Joe and Judy are going to have their struggles, and I could sit here and pick and say, well, Joe lost his job, Judy got sick, she got pregnant while she was still finishing college. Yeah, they're going to have their struggles. But I'm pulling. This is not an easy thing to pull apart. And that is actually one of the goals of the bond and intimacy that is created by sex in marriage, is to keep them together through the tough times. Now, this person goes on and moves into another relationship. Since I have only one hairy piece of tape, I'm just going to stick it back to itself. Get this started straight. Now, they have this bond started here. Is this bond going to break more easily? Yeah. It comes apart without even trying.